So in Nigeria, there are a couple of things that have changed, and there are also some things that would be affected very soon. For example, in Nigeria, we used to have visa on arrival, but currently we no longer do visa on arrival. What we have is e-visa. So you're expected to obtain your e-visa for short visits, your e-visa, your TWP before you come into the country. So you would have gotten approval before you even board the plane coming to Nigeria. Also for SEPAC, the fees have changed. So it was affected last month. So the fee which I quoted earlier on is a new fee. So if you see something that's different from that, just know that it's an old fee. There are also talks about expatriate employment levy, which is more like a tax. So if you're coming to work for a company in Nigeria as an expatriate, you need to be very mindful of this, not just for yourself, but for the organization you work for as well. So it's not been affected yet, but once it comes into effect, companies will be expected to pay this levy on behalf of their employees, that's expatriate employees. Also, if you overstay your validity period or the time you are being allocated to reside in Nigeria, there are fines, and you could also face a travel ban into the country for a period of time, depending on what the Nigerian Immigration Service decides. So you have to be very, very mindful of these things. You have to be on the lookout for laws that are applicable. Immediately this expatriate levy, employment levy comes into effect, make sure you are aware of it, and then you notify your employer to start effecting these things. And also always check your residence card, check it and make sure that you apply for a renewal 30 days before it expires. So it's better you put in a renewal, and if there is a delay, then you know that, okay, you've done all you can, but the delay is coming from the regulatory body, not from your end. This change is synonymous with the e-visa. So when you're coming into Nigeria, you are expected, immediately you land at the airport, before you check out, you're expected to fill your landing card. The interesting thing about it is it's been done before. It's not a new policy, but it's just a change of procedure and a change of name. So before, when it was visa on arrival, when you get into Nigeria, you would be busy with all of those processes, and you would also file in when you land. But now it's done online. So immediately you come into Nigeria, you're expected to create a portal with your email address and also have a password. Create an account, fill in your details that you have landed in Nigeria. That's the landing card, and you'll be issued a landing card. When you're leaving Nigeria, you're expected to also fill in your details that you are exiting the country. This is very important because with the landing and exit card, it would help the regulatory body monitor when you come into the country and when you exit the country, and also calculate whether or not you overstay the time that you have been given. So even though you say, oh, I booked my flight ticket and I actually left on that day, you can check and you would see that, yeah, I was checked in and I left the country. I came into the country. That's just semantics. So, but you're expected to fill in your landing and your exit card. If you don't, you would have a fine, and that fine would start counting on a daily basis, about $15 for the number of days that you've exceeded your stay in the country. So ensure you have it at the back of your mind that landing and exit card are very, very important documents, and it can be filled online. So it's very convenient. You don't have to go through so much stress to do it.